Do you ever get worried that it's going to get worse as you get older?
Find someone that you feel comfortable being a burden to.
That was pretty good.
First try. Mwah. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 21 of the If When podcast. My name is Jared.
My name is Lily.
And this is our beautiful relationship podcast where we talk about relationships and relationship things. And this week, we are talking about what it's like to date somebody with a disability. I have Tourette syndrome. As some of you may know, some of my friends that are watching this, but for anyone who doesn't, I have Tourette syndrome. It's very mild. It manifests in my face, my neck, my throat, my chest area. And it gets pretty annoying for me. It's very stressful a lot of the times when I'm at the end of the day and I'm constantly ticking. I'm already overworked and exhausted, and all of those factors make it worse. And it's so fucking annoying for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it's like to be on the receiving end of a lot of my tics and how it makes me more stressed or more frustrated. And also how it's like with cuddling and things like that.
I will say I was trying to count how many times your face ticked in that sentence. I lost count.
Probably a lot. Yeah. If you're ever watching one of these episodes instead of just listening, you're going to see me a lot of the time in between parts of a phrase. I'm going to have a weird muscle movement in my face, usually around my nose or my mouth. I see it all the time when I'm editing. So I'm self-conscious about it after it's happened, but in the moment, I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. I'll often see it, if it's not in your face, it's going to be in your chest and your neck muscles.
I'll flex my pecs, kind of like Terry Crews when he's dancing his pecs around. And you'll be like, "What are you doing it to the music?" I'm like, "Nope, I just have Tourette's."
Yeah, didn't you say that to someone once at the gym? Someone had mentioned, "Oh, dude, you
I think so.
You're like, "Nah, man, I just got Tourette's."
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, something about dance, making your pecs dance.
Something like that,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I can make them dance a little bit. They're not very big, but I can do it.
For me, I'm going to be honest, I kind of forget that you have Tourette's sometimes because I'm used to it. I don't know, the only time I noticed it was the other day sitting on the couch, you were bouncing your...
Yeah, my leg would not stop moving. My foot, I was just constantly shaking it. Yeah. And I was aware of it, but for me, it's it's a place to release that energy that's not in my face. So that way it doesn't, because it shit gets exhausting. When you're constantly talking, you've had a long day and you've been just up and about. And I don't know, it makes it like watching a TV show or a movie. It's a lot easier for me.
Mm-hmm. I just remember I put my foot on top of yours to make you stop because I thought you were just doing it like any person that bounces their leg.
Yeah.
And I put my foot on top of yours to be stop.
I was like, I'm sorry.
And you're like, that's my Tourette's. And I went, oh.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's okay that a disability will affect another person. It's how that person responds to it with the way that it affects them.
Chop your leg off.
Yeah. Get rid of it.
I'm done. I can't stand it. There's another time, not any time lately, but when I've had to go to bed early and you'll be on the computer, it's that leg one again, and it'll shake the camper just enough so that when I'm laying down, I feel the whole thing shaking because you're bouncing your leg, and I have to be baby, are you able to stop? Is this just a conscious bounce, or is this subconscious in Tourette's?
Yeah. And what sucks is for most people with Tourette's, from what I know, is whenever we're tired, overly caffeinated, overly stressed, we will have more tics, and they will be longer, a little bit more. I don't want to say severe, but sometimes my tics are very mild. My muscle twitches are very small versus where they're a lot longer and more impactful.
There is one because most of your tics are muscle movements in your upper body, or your shoulders, your chest, your face.
Yeah.
I've noticed a couple times you did it yesterday, almost like a vocal, like a hum.
So that's what, when I was diagnosed originally, that's what distinguished it between a tic disorder and Tourette syndrome. It was the one thing that specifies it, as far as I'm aware, I'm not a medical professional, is a vocal element. No matter how small it is, if it affects your vocal cords, it qualifies as Tourette's versus a tic disorder. I don't know if they're treated differently or anything like that. I know there are some medications that can help with it, but there's enough side effects that I would rather not take them.
Yeah.
One of them was like clonidine, and it made me really, really drowsy
Mm-hmm.
to the point where I couldn't drive. And that was the whole reason I got diagnosed in the first place, because originally we just thought it was a tic disorder. We didn't know it was Tourette syndrome because I wasn't saying fuck, shit, bitch all the time, you know, but we were uneducated at the time. When I went to see a neurologist, it was because I was driving one day and I was really tired, but I wasn't tired, sleepy. I was just exhausted, right? And fatigued and stressed. And I was on my way to like Walmart and approaching a red light at an intersection, and I could not open my eyes for like a good 8 to 10 seconds. It was just a really strong tic, and I was really scared. I knew how far away the car in front of me likely was as I was approaching them. So I knew that if I stop at this, if it feels like I'm stopping this fast, I'm not going to hit them. So I slammed on my brakes, but it wasn't like a screeching halt because I didn't know somebody was behind me. Anyways, long story short, that scared the fuck out of me. So I went and saw a neurologist, and they diagnosed me with Tourette syndrome and gave me drugs that I don't take anymore.
How old were you?
I was like, oh fuck, like 14. No, I was driving. I must have been like 16 or something like that. It was not long after I got my license.
But you noticed when you were younger, right? Like they thought you needed eye drops because you were blinking a lot.
Yeah, when I was like 6 or 7, yeah, I went to see a doctor one time because I would blink a lot. And they thought that it was likely some kind of like dry eye thing. So I got eye drops, and getting those in a child is traumatic. That sucks. Just because I was too young to really understand it. You're dropping some shit in my eye. That's not fun. And that didn't help because it wasn't my eyes. It was tics. And what's interesting is it's kind of moved around throughout my lifetime so far. I'm only 28, but I've noticed it where it's like really in my throat, and only like I used to do like that a lot. Just doing it now, it makes me kind of want to do that again, which sucks. Yeah, it's moved from my eyes to my throat to my chest to my shoulders. I do this a lot. Shoulders. And when I do that, I almost, it feels like you're cracking a muscle, but it's or cracking a joint, but you're not. It's like the I know this is kind of icky for you, but it's like the tendon like moving over like under tension and then moving over the bone, the shoulder, or whatever. And it makes a sound, but it's like, I gotta do it. It's almost like OCD. Sucks, but I mean.
Yeah, that one is, I'm going to bed at night.
Yeah.
Trying to get comfy.
And that's one of the things where I'm like, I gotta do it. It's like an itch for me, but it doesn't, it's not.
I just wait.
Yeah, but you can't like touch that
arm. If you do it while I'm laying on your arm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I hate the popping bone sound. I hate the feeling of it. So you just got to warn me and let me know, and I will move away, and you can go ahead and finish. But like, that's like cracking a bone on me.
Yeah.
And it like, because my head is right on your shoulder when we're snuggling. And like, you just pop it, and it's right in my ear, and I'm like, yucky, gross. I can't do that one. That one freaks me out.
There are times where it will get in the way of my speech as well. It's a little bit.
It's happened in one of our episodes before where you've
either
stuttered or like paused for a long time.
Yeah, I think I cut it out, like, or I cut the pause down. But I think it's happened before in an episode recording. But a lot of times when I'm like, when I'm with my family and I'm stressed and I got to manage a bunch of people who talk over each other and just my family dynamic, it can get stressful for me. So there was a time period where I was regularly having issues with my speech and I couldn't get words out. It wasn't quite a stutter because I wouldn't say the same syllable or letter of a word.
You just kind of stopped talking.
But it would get in my way. Like that's me recreating it, but that's very accurate to the way that it manifests.
I've seen that happen to you.
And it's so frustrating in the moment. And I can't imagine what it's like to have Tourette's where you're constantly swearing and saying things that you don't want to, regardless of whether it's profanity or not. For example, what's the couple that they have like a TMC show or like, it's the blonde girl with Colin, that girl.
Oh
yeah. I forget her name, but her or Sweet Anita, who's a Twitch streamer, she's fucking incredible and amazing. And just such a positive influence for people in the creative space that have Tourette syndrome to like, I can't imagine what it's like to be them.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be miserable at times.
Do you ever get worried that it's going to get worse as you get older?
Yes and no. Like I don't know if it's really a possibility. Throughout my life, it's kind of always been the same, I guess. I wonder like people that observed me when I was in my early teens, my tweens, maybe even like 9 or 10, like what did I look like back then?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. And to now where I'm hyper aware of it versus back then when you're a kid, you don't really observe yourself. You're just living the world that you see. You're not really self-reflective or really self-reflective. I think that's the right term. Where you observe yourself living your life versus just living it. I had none of that, so I don't really know from back then. So I can't compare it from then to now. So I don't know how it's going to go into the future.
I just started remembering, I was thinking about when your tics have bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this was, I want to say it was our first date. Because we started holding hands on our first date, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we held hands on the first date, Princess.
It was either then or very shortly after we were somewhere and you were doing your shoulder pop just while holding my hand.
Mhm.
And I remember being like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, what is wrong with his shoulder? Like, stop. Like, it's freaking me out,
Mhm.
dude. Like, and then once I realized, I was like, oh, okay. And there's only been a couple times after that, but normally I'll just like switch hands or something
Mhm.
or just let go for a second until you get it out of your system.
Yeah, that
And
one's more of like a one-off, and then I'm
Yeah.
kind of good for a little while. The
Mhm.
rest of it, like whenever my face twitches, it almost looks like I'm trying to itch my nose without touching my face,
Mhm.
where I'll like move my
Yeah.
nose around. Those are the ones that are more frequent. The arm one is like an every now and again thing.
Does having Tourette's, like, would you ever call out of work for it or no? Like, does it hinder your,
I don't think I've ever had to call out of work for it. This would be interesting. If I was an actor,
Mhm.
which I want to be,
Mhm.
but if I was a live performance, like a live show actor, right, on stage in front of people in real time, I don't know. Because so I've taken acting classes before, like regularly. I was studying it. It was going. It's hopefully eventually it does turn into something. It hasn't yet so far, and I'm kind of taking it slow. That's just what I want to do, how I want to approach it. But if when
Mhm.
it ever takes off into something or whatever projects I'm doing, that's my biggest fear, is whether or not I'm going to have a bad day. There might be an overnight shoot where I'm sleep deprived and overly caffeinated and stressed out because I've got work to do and it's mission critical or whatever. Whether or not I'm going to be able to, in those scenes, as soon as they call action and the camera's on me, not tick. Because maybe I'm portraying a character who doesn't have Tourette's, and make sure that it's true to the character. Like, for example, imagine if Tom Holland had it,
Mhm.
or Hugh Jackman. How would shooting go? And how many times would they have to say, cut, reset, you ticked?
Mhm.
That's fucking scary to me. And if there's a director out there that's respectful and amazing, more power to him. But as soon as like big dollars end up being part of the equation, and every time you cut and that take is now scrapped, you've wasted money and time and
Mhm.
resources because of your disability. That's scary to me. And that's a career that I really want. I would love to be in movies and TV shows. I don't need to be the fucking star, but I think it's really cool, and I think that's something that I can do, and it's something that I love performing.
Mhm.
I love being the center of attention, but for others, to give them something cool. I think that's fun. I get something out of it. You get something out of it.
Yeah.
I don't want my disability to keep me from doing that.
Yeah. I was going to ask you
Mhm.
about acting and stuff, but you just covered all.
Yeah.
But like your daily work now, you think you're fine.
Yeah. Well, because my face isn't showing. So I
Yeah,
mean,
but like I didn't
I'm
know
in
if
there
any of
fucking
them.
Tourette'sing the crap out of it, and nobody can see me. So absolutely, I'm fine. But I mean, I can get past it. But like, if I changed roles to a like my face is now visible to guests, or to patrons or whatever, and I have to stay true to a character who does not canonically have Tourette's. That's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
I hope I get to do it someday, but I'm still
maybe
scared
you could
about
at least do like a stage.
I want to do play. Yeah, I really want to do live plays.
'Cause, like from far away, people aren't going to notice those little things.
No.
And if they do, honestly, depending on the type of theater it is, like community theater, they're not going to care.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
not
like
that
they'd be
deep.
more accepting. You're probably right.
It's really not that deep.
I know we have a friend who's got like a motor function disability, and he has a lot more going on for him than I do as far as how it affects their day-to-day life. We know that they've had to not show up for work because of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just such an awesome resource. He's such a light.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he's the most positive guy you'll ever meet, and he's constantly struggling with with a like life-affecting, life-altering disability. It's manageable, and he's working with doctors to get medication to make it work better for him the long term. But he'll be stressed and worked up out of his mind, but you'll never see it. And that's so inspirational for me.
And I know that he said that that's affected his relationships too, like romantic partners, is that they can't handle the mental and the physical and emotional capacity of having a partner with a disability like that, where they need you at times and things like that. But I do know that he told me once that like he had a partner that would like help rub his legs to get him to sleep or keep him asleep and things like that. Do you find that physical touch helps you with your Tourette's?
I'd say whatever helps me calm down. It's more my nervous system. Whatever in the moment can regulate my nervous system down to a neutral or more relaxed level, I'm going to be more benefited by it. So whether I'm like overworked and I'm just stressed because I'm like, I'm going to get 5 hours of sleep and I still have an hour's worth of work to get done for the night. Like that stresses me out, and then I'll be sleep deprived, and that's bothering me. So it keeps going on and on and on. Whatever in those moments can bring me down, that's really helpful for me. So if you're with somebody who has a disability, find out what makes it worse and what things you can do to reduce or reverse that in those moments. If there's like a physical thing you can do, an emotional, stress-based, whatever,
Cuddles.
and help them out. Yeah, cuddles for me, just like stopping me and kind of regulating me. Like you've had to catch me a few times where I'm overworked, and just be like, hey,
A hug.
that works for me for sure. God, like dating somebody, like imagine if my Tourette's were worse, do you think it would have affected our relationship more on? I know that we're rock solid now, but I mean, early on when we first started dating, when you have to take things like this into account, like, I mean, they're real factors. You can't just ignore them for the sake of being polite, because it's going to affect you and the quality of your life,
Right.
depending on who you are.
Possibly. It depends on how severe it would have been if, like, because at least right now, nothing in our daily life has had to change as, like, too much.
Yeah.
Like, we have rough nights sometimes where you're having a rough night, can't sleep, or you're frustrated, and the tics make you more frustrated, which is just a spiral into the abyss. But, like, saying if it was as bad as Sweet Anita?
Sweet Anita. Yeah.
Sweet Anita.
I don't know her full name. I know her Twitch handle. I've watched
I've
her
seen
off and
clips
on.
of her. And
Yeah,
then
she's cool.
the other girl, I can't think of her name either, but the one you mentioned earlier.
Colin.
Yeah. If it was like that, I think I would have to definitely learn how to work with that and whether that would be something I could handle. Because I haven't experienced that before. I don't know if I would be able to live with it, or if that's something that would have to draw a line for me mentally or emotionally or physically. And I think in a standpoint, because I know we talked about mental health as well, I think it's okay to be like, I'm not the person that can handle this sort of situation.
Yeah, you can't stay with someone if you're not willing to deal with that disability. It doesn't make you a bad person unless you make it all about you. This is a rough conversation to have. This is not a fun topic, but people are human, and you have to. Part of a relationship does involve being a little bit selfish, because it's a two-way street. I'm going to give you everything that I can, but I also, it's an exchange of, it's an exchange. It's a little bit transactional, at times. And I'm not saying like I'm trying to word this the right way and I'm botching the fuck out of it. I feel bad because there are experts out there that are going to be way better at this than I am. But for me and my life, it makes sense to take it into account and to not set the person who has a disability up for failure when they need someone when they need somebody to depend on
That part.
to help them with it as it progresses throughout their life. Like in sickness and in health fucking matters.
Yes, it does.
And if you're not willing to do that, don't fucking do it.
And here's the thing, it changes because if your Tourette's got worse from here, I would still stay with you because we have now created that rock solid. I know you and I love you, and we are a part of each other in a way. We are one
Yeah.
without being one.
Without being married.
Without being married.
We're
but
already on the same page.
we're in a partnership.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I got you forever.
I know
So
you
far,
do.
as far as I'm aware, and I hope it stays that way. But if your Tourette's got worse, absolutely, I would be here for you, and I would learn to live with it and learn to help you. I would give up things if I needed to be able to take care of you and get you through life and keep you comfortable and living life the best way that you could. If it had started off that way, I'm not sure if diving headfirst into it without knowing the person would be something that at that time I would have been able to do. And there are some people out there that can do that, who are natural caretakers and are like, this doesn't bother me at all. But at this point in our relationship, if it were to get worse or something were to happen, or I don't know, you lose a freaking leg or something like that, dude, you go into a coma and come back and not have your speech, I'd be here for you. I would absolutely 100% stick around. I would be
back
here.
at you, baby.
Thank you.
I
know.
You.
I always say that all the time. I'm like, if this were to happen, would you still? if I
was a worm, would you still love me? Yeah.
If we ever have kids and you know I got the saggy boobs and the stretch marks, and yeah, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
If I like,
Next.
I
like
always
that's so
see,
simple for me.
I always see those stories on Instagram reels of like C-sections and how much help a mom needs after having a baby, wearing the diapers and the breast milk and stuff like that, and just being exhausted and tired. And I'm like, would you be able to do that? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're with somebody that can do things. Like if you need to find someone that you feel comfortable being a burden to. If you don't feel comfortable being a burden to them, then don't be with them long term. Because you'll hear this from medical professionals everywhere. Every single person is going to end up in the hospital at some point in their life. All of us depend on the healthcare system. No matter where you are in the world, America, the UK, Australia, China, whatever, you're going to end up in the hospital and somebody else is going to have to take care of you. That is part of human nature and it can't be ignored. As much as we want to be polite and say that I will date anyone who has whatever disability, that's not realistic because everyone has flaws. We're human. We're not without sin, right? I'm over explaining. Find someone you feel comfortable being a burden to. And being a burden is not a bad thing. You should not be ashamed of it. It's difficult. It's not something
now
that's...
choosing to be a burden.
Choosing to be a burden, oh yeah, fuck you for that. But this is like, I am caught up in the circumstances of the hand that I've been dealt in life. And I'm hoping that I find somebody that can help me play these cards.
Yeah.
That's what you need. And it's difficult, man.
You'd change my diaper?
Yeah.
Even when we're old?
100%.
Yeah, you would. You would.
Yep.
You would help me get in the little chair, the mobility chair to go up the steps. You would help me do that. Yeah.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
Yeah.
No matter what happens.
Me too. In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health. Even if, like, okay, here's a little bit of a different topic, but same idea.
Yeah, yep about it. I don't know.
Having kids with disabilities. I think we looked it up once about Tourette's. Is that partially genetic? Can it be passed down?
I think so. Let me look it up before I talk random bullshit on the internet.
It's similar to other disabilities or mental illnesses, how those can be genetic too, like anxiety and depression and things like that.
Tourette syndrome has a very strong genetic component. So if you date somebody with Tourette syndrome, the likely your kids are to have it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's an XX or XY thing when it comes to chromosomes or whatever, but it's genetic.
Yeah.
No one in my family, as far as I'm aware, has Tourette syndrome. I feel like mine probably came from something that happened like during my like
Oven
like my fetal development.
baking.
Yeah, from conception to birth. Gestational. Yeah. Yeah, having kids with disabilities has got to be really, really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Because with a relationship, you can choose whether or not to do it. When you're a parent, you do not get to choose.
Mm-mm.
Whatever happens, and you have to fucking manage that, and you got to grow up and deal with it and set that kid up for success. It's a huge responsibility.
Oh my gosh, this is a whole other topic.
Yeah.
If I've always said, and I've always said this, I've always said that,
And you should know this too.
yeah. Is that if you want a kid, but you're like, oh, I don't want them to be like this, or oh, if they, if you're not prepared for the unexpected, whether they have a disability or learning disorder or anything like that,
Mhm.
physical or mental or whatever, if you're not prepared to still love your child and take care of that child, if you can't do that, you should not be having children.
Correct.
It pisses me off when I see, and I know some people, not close to me, but I know of people who have kids with autism and they just kind of treat them like an object. And it pisses me off because they didn't do anything to help this child have any sort of life. They sit them in front of a screen and give them snacks, and they just let them do their thing for their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
They don't try to help them with communication, whether that's buttons or anything like that, or teaching them to speak anything.
It breaks
Literally
my heart.
anything. There's so many things out there that can help. Getting a something that they can wear that says they're nonverbal,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that, and they're just like, nah, what?
It sucks. The people out there like that exist, and it's brutal because you can't do anything to help them because it's outside of your control because it's
Mhm.
their kid.
Mm-hmm. And it pisses me off, dude. Makes me so angry sometimes.
I hope we're blessed with healthy children, but I know that we're going to be a good team if we ever have kids,
Mm-hmm.
and we do have one with a disability or some physical limitation or birth
Mhm.
defect. I know that we're going to be amazing. That's because I chose a really, really good person.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You got to choose a good partner, guys. You got to vet your person over and over again in the beginning because it'll pay dividends down the line.
Absolutely.
Got to be careful with who you date. Not careful scared, but careful like specific and selective. And know what you're willing to tolerate in life when it comes to like jumping into the deep end with this person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good place to end this episode.
I think so too.
I know there's a little bit more of a heartfelt and a little bit more advice, a little bit more life based, not as fun, goofy.
Mm-hmm. It's a little more serious.
Yeah.
A little more real.
Yeah. But still good. I like this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys have any more questions, if you have any questions about this subject, I feel like we might be able to weigh in on it. Something specific that you've been experiencing in your life or something that happened with a partner, drop it in the comments below and we'd love to read it. Talk
Ask
about
Jared really deep personal questions
Yeah.
about his disability.
Yeah. it. Yeah. Ask me things that would violate HIPAA otherwise. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching episode 21 of the F1 podcast. My name is Jared.
My name is Lily.
We're at 91 subscribers.
Ooh,
If you want to subscribe, we're looking
almost
at
there.
we're looking at doing a 100 subscriber little thing. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do
We're
something.
gonna do something.
Yeah.
We gotta celebrate in some little
Yeah,
way.
and we'll thank each and every one of you. We're gonna
Yeah.
read off every one of your names. We're gonna find your
Oh.
address and your family, and we're gonna talk to them about how
Oh.
amazing you are.
Oh,
Yeah,
handwritten note.
handwritten
Nah,
note. Nah,
that's
that is
too much to do. We could shout out maybe our 100th follower or whatever.
I can do that.
Now nobody's gonna follow until we get to 99.
Yeah, why did you do that? I can't believe you've done this.
I simply can't.
I simply
do
can't
it.
do it.
Anyway.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you again in the next episode.